Welcome, FNHusa57 here. Today I am back on Gears of War 4 with yet another achievement guide. This is for Judge, Jury, and Executioner. It is one of the last achievements installed into the game with this final pack of achievements here at the beginning of November 2018. And what you have to do is in any mode perform one of each unique execution. Relatively simple to get. It is worth 50 gamer score. I'm going to go ahead and give you a few tips on it because it seems easy, but it has been a problem for some people. So the first thing is to go to your war journal, and if you press the left trigger, you can scroll down and see which weapons you have executions with, how many executions you have, and you can see which weapons you do not have executions for. So for me, I already have progress on this achievement because it does count the executions that you earned prior to the achievement being implemented into the game, with the exception of the bag and tag achievement, or not achievement but execution, sorry, and the knife execution. So there's two executions that don't count, and you will have to get those again. As you can see, I'm missing the Mulcher, Buzzkill, Salvo, and Tri-Shot. So basically all the heavy weapons are the ones that I'm missing. Now you can get these executions in Horde mode, you can get them in regular multiplayer matches, or you can simply connect a second controller, as I've done here, and go into the matchmaking and host a private lobby. Team Deathmatch will work. You can also, which is something that people don't know, but you can press start and you can view the match options if you want there to be bots, rounds to win, all of that stuff. You can also view the weapons. So you can do weapon substitutions, you can switch through and see what weapons are on what map, and if you're only missing a couple of weapons, you can actually go through and make all of the spawns for that particular weapon if you would like. So you can switch it to, like, I'm missing the salvo, so you can go through and switch all of the spawns to salvo and just have a whole bunch of salvos on the map, or whatever it is that you actually need the kills with. I should mention that for some people, they have been having issues with the drop shot execution counting. It seems like a full power cycle, also known as a hard restart on your console, seems to fix that issue. I haven't run into that. For me, the drop shot counted without an issue, but then again, I did already have one execution with it prior to this achievement being implemented into the game. So we'll just really quickly set everything over here to the salvo. If you know what map you're playing and you know the weapon spawns, then you can easily set whatever weapons you need. Obviously, you have a totally just every single weapon is available to you, so you can switch them all up. You can switch none of them up if you want to. It is completely 100% up to you. But we're going to go ahead and get the last three weapons that I'm missing, plus obviously the two executions that you actually have to do. So instead of using the salvo there, we'll also put a tri-shot on the map. And we'll accept that and then start the map. It doesn't really matter what map you use. It doesn't matter if you win the game. All of that is basically not relevant. So once you load the map, you're going to want to take your second controller and place your character behind cover, because you're going to need to do the knife execution. That one was not retroactive, and you will also need to do the bag and tag execution, and I'll show that one a little bit later. The other easy way to do this is to play by yourself or play with a friend in a horde match, and you can simply buy or pick up the weapons that you need to get the executions with. Technically, you could get every single execution needed in one game of Horde without having to load the map multiple times, but that's entirely up to you if you wish to do that or not. So you'll see we do have plenty of salvos on the map, because obviously I changed the spawn. We also have the drop shot on the map. Now you will need some type of lethal grenade. I would recommend frags for the execution that requires them. The bag and tag execution. So I'll show you that in just a minute. Take your second controller, and you want to position your second controller behind cover that he can be yanked over. So pretty simple there. I actually don't need that salvo right now. Go ahead and yank the opponent over cover and do the knife execution. Very simple. That's the first execution that was not retroactive. Now for this next one, you'll need to go ahead and down your opponent. And we'll get the execution with the salvo, because that's one that I'm missing. It's a very simple execution. Now these executions count as soon as you do them, or at least they are supposed to. If for some reason you don't think that they did, simply back out and check your war journal. Now I'm going to show you the bag and tag execution. One little tip that I should mention is this achievement you can actually track. So you can see I'm at 78% of that, and you can turn on your achievement tracker on the Xbox to make sure that your executions are counting. So you'll see I just downed my opponent there, which happens to be my second controller. And we'll go ahead and do the execution with the tri-shot. And then you will notice that if I check the achievement, the progress bar went up to 84%. Lastly, for the bag and tag execution, you'll need to go ahead and down your opponent. Make sure that you have some type of lethal grenade. Press X to take them as a meat shield, and then press up on the D-pad to tag them with the grenade and kick them away from you. That execution and the knife over the wall execution are the two executions in the game that are not actually retroactive. So I'm at 89% and only missing now 2 more executions. Alright, last 2 executions. So we have the one for the buzzkill. Relatively simple. And then I need the one for the mulcher. I just didn't have the power weapon executions because I never really bothered to get the executions with them. If you are missing any other weapon executions, remember that you can go into the settings and you can change what weapons spawn where, as I showed you at the beginning of the video. Thereby, technically, you could put over 50% of the weapons on the map and get about half the achievement done in one game of private multiplayer. So if you did everything correctly, when you get your final execution, the achievement should pop for you. As you can see right there, nice quick diamond achievement, Judge, Jury, and Executioner. You slayed up in style by performing every unique execution. This one was inspired by Blowfish 666. So like I said, part of the final wave of achievements that were added to Gears of War 4, If you do have any questions or anything like that for me, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer them for you. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on it and share it, as that greatly helps out with the searchability of videos here on YouTube. Until next time, my fellow Gears, stay frosty.